I consider myself more white than black, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. You're a wannabe. But yeah, you try to cosplay as foundational Black Americans.
No.
Yes, you do.
Listen, my mother raised me to not hang out with black people and to stay away from blacks.
New video resurfaces on the internet of Johnny Somali, where he is seen criticizing black communities again. In this leaked call recording, Johnny made several controversial statements, including claiming that he considers himself more white than black.
I consider myself more white than black, to be honest.
He even made a bold claim that his own mother told him not to hang out with black people.
My mother raised me to not hang out with black people and to stay away from blacks. That's what my mother raised me.
The shocking part? Johnny often uses black identity as a shield to escape problems. I've mentioned this many times before. Whenever Johnny is about to face consequences, he resorts to saying, "You're doing this because I'm black." Yet here he openly admits that he considers himself more white than black, which proves Johnny to be a hypocrite.
I'm very famous.
First of all, please ignore his self-proclaimed famous lecture because everyone knows he's only famous for getting his ass kicked everywhere.
So people make fake calls. People making fake calls. Yes, Johnny Somali, it's no problem. I'm walking to my home. Because of black skin?
No.
Because black skin?
No.
Black.
This is something the black community should pay attention to because he's using his race and accusations of racism as a shield to deflect criticism for his own wrongdoing.
Let's be very clear about something. You can't blame all that on Johnny, because if Johnny makes you dislike all black people, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You already have that darkness in your heart. You know, he ain't got to do with that.
Whether you admit it or not, Johnny Somali is ruining the reputation of black communities all around the world. This leaked call recording further proves Johnny Somali's real intentions. Johnny doesn't even want to be associated with or identified as black. In my opinion, the only reason he clings to being known as black is so that he can use his skin color as a shield whenever he faces consequences for his disturbing content, allowing him to escape accountability.
You try to cosplay as foundational Black Americans.
Exactly, that's what I said. This guy is clearly exploiting the identity of black Americans to carry out his antics around the world, making life more difficult for black Americans everywhere. His actions are not just harmful to his own reputation, but are actively creating trouble for an entire community globally.
No.
Yes, you do.
Listen, my mother raised me to not hang out with black people and to stay away from blacks. That's what my mother raised me. I consider myself more white than black.
People from the black community have always protested against Johnny Somali's actions. If you watch this video, you'll understand just how fed up they are with him. He was confronted by members of the black community. It didn't end well for Johnny Somali. They ensured he faced the consequences of his behavior and taught him a valuable lesson he won't forget anytime soon.
I'm good? What's up?
No English. No English. No English.
Okay. Don't know why. Arthur, is this right here? It's yo, what was the problem earlier?
As you guys already know, Johnny Somali is infamous for provoking people stronger than him, and almost always ends up getting his ass kicked. The same thing happened in this incident. Some guys were calling Johnny gay behind his back, and he saw this as an opportunity to create a controversial stream. He started provoking everyone there, getting in their face, and even pushing them with his hands. But what happened next? Johnny was in no way prepared for what was coming. Here you can see Johnny pushing a white guy who was trying to avoid him, repeatedly saying he didn't say anything to Johnny. Then Johnny pointed his finger at a guy in a blue dress, accusing him of calling Johnny gay. The conversation quickly escalated and became very heated. This time Johnny couldn't get away and ended up getting exactly what he seemed to be asking for.
Arthur, is this right here? It's yo, what was the problem earlier?
After getting his ass kicked, typical Johnny, as always, started threatening to sue and telling the cops about what they had done to him. However, this only made things worse in the end.
What was the problem earlier? Hold it.
At the end of the day, those guys were unfortunately arrested for causing a public disturbance, and Johnny started bragging, claiming he got them arrested. However, right after saying that, he ended up getting taken down again.
I started showing me go to jail. Fuck y'all. Y'all go to jail. Fuck y'all. Arrest that nigga. Yes. Yeah, go to jail, nigga. Go to jail, nigga. You dumbass monkey, nigga. You fucking nigga. You fucking monkey, nigga. Go to jail, monkey. Monkey. You monkey. Go to jail, you monkey. You monkey.
He changes his religion and nationality in seconds. Sometimes he says he's Muslim, then he says he's Jewish. Other times he claims to be American, then Somalian, and even Ethiopian. What's going on with him?
I'm Jewish. Jews, we do not hurt nobody. Everybody try to hurt us because we Jewish. You guys, all you Koreans that are attacking me are anti-Semitic.
As you know, Johnny Somali is actually Muslim, but the reason he claims to be Jewish in this video is this. He has attempted to gain fame and recognition by associating himself with the famous streaming platform Kick, and by trying to get close to another top streamer, Adin Ross. He claimed that by becoming more like Adin Ross, he could get closer to him, which would lead to more money and even greater fame. A Twitter post was surfing on the internet saying, when Johnny Somali was in the Middle East, he was confronted by Palestinians because they heard he was calling himself a Jew. Under pressure, Johnny Somali admitted he's a Muslim in Somali, and not a Jew. But Johnny looked so scared it looked like he was going to cry.
I'm YouTuber.
When he was instigated by these people, Johnny then took his words back and tried very hard to prove that he is Muslim. He even attempted to recite the Muslim Declaration of Faith, desperately trying to convince others that he is indeed a Muslim. For these types of behavior, even his parents don't like him for what he do. An online report mentioned that Somali's parents also expressed their upset over this move. His father was disappointed in Somali, and his mother said that Somali's personality changed drastically after he suffered a head injury in a car accident. It's still a conspiracy theory whether this is the reason Johnny Somali behaves this way and makes such controversial claims. But how can anyone even expect his parents to support him when their son is ruining the reputation of black communities in other countries?
I call the police. 112, 112, I call the police. You better back up. What you doing? Don't touch my phone.
Anonymous sent $10.
Don't touch me. I call police 112.
If you look at all the incidents involving Johnny Somali in South Korea, you'll see that he would constantly threaten to call the police whenever something happened. Despite his mistreatment of South Koreans, it has always seemed like the South Korean police ended up siding with Johnny Somali. Time and again, he has easily managed to outsmart the South Korean police.
Are you on tourist visa? I will call the police. Call the police. 112, 112, I call the police.
They started shooting me, go to jail.
If you watch this video, you will clearly understand how Johnny Somali easily managed to manipulate the Korean police. Here, Johnny was in a restaurant and was causing a problem for other guests with his loudness, so the owner called the police.
Oh, police. Hi, how are you? Off, please. Off, please? Okay, I'll take off.
Somebody called us Sam.
Sometimes
Thanks for IG follow bro from Taiwan. Follow bro from Taiwan. Follow bro from Taiwan.
I'm very famous.
Bro, from which place are you claiming to be famous? You call yourself black, then you claim to consider yourself white, then a Muslim, and then a Jew.
I'm YouTuber. I'm Somali. I'm Muslim. I am Jewish. I'm from Israel.
Who are you really? And now you're telling the black community that they should be okay with Johnny Somali's behavior. In my opinion, it's important for the black community to take action against Johnny Somali's action. If you have any thoughts about Johnny Somali's call record, please comment and let me know.
I consider myself more white than black, to be honest. Listen, my mother raised me to not hang out with black people and to stay away from blacks.